Hey there, my dear, my bright soul, my fierce warrior who's weathered storms that most people wouldn't even believe. Take a breath. Don't be afraid. Seriously, I'm pleading with you from a place of love. Don't brush this off. Your name was just mentioned in a heavenly conversation. And before you even get to the end of this message, the person you trusted, yes, that woman, is walking into a courtroom with documents that are anything but ordinary. These papers are lies disguised as truth, aimed to silence you. But guess what? Heaven caught wind of it first. That's exactly why you're getting this message right now. Archangel Michael says time is short. Only 30 seconds remain. She's about to speak, but God said, talk to my child before she does. Give them a chance to rewrite the story. This isn't how you were meant to find out about this. I saw her name blaze in fire. She's not innocent. What she's about to say could change how the world views you. But hang on, you have a tiny window of opportunity. The portal for divine intervention is still open. If only you embrace it fully. Let heaven support you tonight. Because once she signs that last page, her words could spread like wildfire, burying the truth beneath her act. You used to trust her. You shared something sacred, secrets, documents, photos, whispers. Now she's weaponizing that against you. Don't panic, because the greatest force in every realm is on your side. Meet Michael, sword in hand, wings spread wide. But you've got to listen up and stay until the very end, because something pivotal is coming in the last sentence that could change everything. God didn't wake me to whisper today. He said to shout it out. This isn't a warning, it's a rescue. If you like our content, make sure to subscribe the channel. If you skip this, she wins. But if you hang in there, miracles will flow, and that courtroom can turn into her confession space. Before diving deeper, take a moment to absorb this. My beloved, know that this isn't just another message. It's God reshaping your timeline right now. You were guided here, and that's not an exaggeration. Listen closely, because every line that follows is crucial. Each word has been spiritually crafted to set you free from her traps. Those lies, the attacks on your character, the spiritual battle dressed up in legalese. It's not just her. There's someone backing her. She knows you're about to be acknowledged, blessed, out in the open, favored. But rest easy. God says her traps will turn into your testimonies. But it's all about whether you heed heaven's call now. Open this up, not later. She's strutting in like she owns the place. But heaven already knows how her next 72 hours will unfold. Something shocking is coming to mute her voice. If you stay with me, this is your confirmation. Remember that weird flutter you felt in your chest earlier? That was your soul picking up on the shift. But a strike isn't a victory, not when you're not alone. You'll never be alone. This message is your weapon. And every second you stay here, heaven is rewriting her story. Now keep your ears perked. She wants more than to silence you. She's after something valuable, a piece of land, an account, your reputation. She thinks if she wins, she'll redefine who you are. But Archangel Michael assures you, her papers may be ink, but our scroll is fire, and fire can rewrite ink. So breathe deeply, because what's coming next is going to send shivers down your spine. This isn't just spiritual. There's a physical messenger on the way. And this message will guide you on how to receive what God is sending your way. But if you pause here, you'll miss the final truth. I don't want that for you. Before we continue, let me share something special, just for you. If your soul feels this is no coincidence, remember you're a glowing star attracting your miracle. You didn't just stumble upon this. Heaven is speaking here to you and only you. If you want to keep receiving this divine guidance, make sure you subscribe to the voice that brought you here. That's how God will alert you before any danger approaches. Your future self will be grateful for that. Now, back to the battle. Do you recall the photo she convinced you to send? Or that voice note she recorded, laughing and saying, "I won't use it." She was plotting all along. The courtroom might seem like a mere physical space, but spiritually it's a battlefield, and angels are already at your side. The judge may not perceive it, and the papers may seem legit, but heaven knows that true evidence lives in the heart, and her heart is tainted with envy. She saw you rise, gaining trust and love, and she couldn't handle it. So she made her move. But she didn't realize that your protection is not just emotional, it's divine. This message stands as heaven's official statement. We're intervening in her case. Even if she strolls into that courtroom with evidence, God can turn her pen to silence, her testimony to tears, and her lies into steps that you'll climb even higher from. But only if you stick with me. Don't look away. Don't skip ahead, even for a second. You'll feel it. The more you read, the stronger your chest will become, your spirit bolstering inside you. That's heaven transmitting energy to you right now. Your voice will not be silenced. Your truth will not be twisted, and your destiny will not be delayed. In the upcoming paragraphs, I'll reveal who's backing her. Yes, there's a second player in this game. It could be someone in your family or that person who always had a smile for you. But don't stress. They've just been unmasked. By the time you finish this message, you'll know exactly what to do. My dear, you didn't come this far to let someone pretend to be tough in court while shedding tears behind closed doors. The woman you once trusted, the one who held your secrets like precious jewels, now wields them as weapons. But here's the kicker. She doesn't get it. God doesn't snooze, and Archangel Michael misses nothing. Her documents might be shuffled from one desk to another, and she might speak boldly, but she's not writing your story. She's just a messy chapter, not the closing one. Your life was crafted with purpose, and heaven edited that chapter long before you arrived. Don't be rattled by her noise. Just because someone is loud doesn't mean they're right. They're often just trying to be heard. Here's something wild. Someone tipped her off. That's how she found the nerve to produce that document. She's been fueled by a bitter voice, one that never cheered you on, always finding ways to shift blame and sow doubt. That voice, it's closer than you think, but don't be scared. God will uncover both of their identities, and when it happens, it'll feel like the heavens themselves spoke. I can see a table, a conversation happening behind your back, your name being ridiculed like you're just a stepping stone. But little do they know, you're not a stone. You're the sword, the storm, the chosen one. And God doesn't let his chosen be a joke. Let me take you back to when she said, "I'm always here for you." Do you remember? That was a sham. She was already rehearsing her betrayal. But hear me out. She can practice her lies, but you carry the light, and light always prevails every single time. Now, brace yourself, because something unexpected is about to unfold. Someone will rise up against her in that courtroom, and it won't be who you think. It might be a stranger or even someone who was supposed to stay out of it. God will inspire them to speak, and their words will shatter her plans wide open. Yes, she devised a strategy, and it aligns perfectly with the date you're reading this. This is no coincidence. This is spiritual warfare. Victory is yours if you don't walk away now. In a few moments, I'll reveal something I wasn't allowed to share until today, something about your birth, about a hidden contract you never signed, but your spirit got dragged into. Stick with me. Have you felt completely drained for no reason lately? Sudden weakness in your legs or back? Headaches popping up out of nowhere? That's spiritual interference. And it worsened the moment she filed those papers because her words carried an energy meant to disrupt your peace. But here's the twist. God allowed it for one purpose only, so heaven could overrule it publicly and permanently. This message isn't a warning. It's a divine objection. If you keep reading, Michael himself will show you how to reverse what she tried to destroy. But only the brave will make it to the next part. Only those who truly believe that heaven is watching, planning, and protecting will push through to the next phase. You're still here, so here comes your proof. She never expected you to uncover this message. She thought she had time, thought she had you cornered, thought no one was paying attention to her next move. But now everything is laid bare. Heaven has interrupted her plans, and God has just hit pause on the next 48 hours for you. Let me slow down, because what I'm about to say could change how you reflect on the last 5 years. This woman isn't just a figure from your present. She's linked to your past. The connection you shared wasn't mere coincidence. It was karmic and spiritual. And now it's concluding because her part in your story has come to an end. What she does now, it's not part of your future. It's just the last desperate act of her ego. But don't be mistaken. An ego fights fiercely when it's on its last legs. Now, take a breath with me. Feel that? That's peace starting to break through the fear. She's strutting with confidence now, but she'll stumble very soon because her case has a crack, a spiritual crack. God just told me to share that this crack will widen and justice will spill through like rain. Remember that photo, that voice recording, that secret you once whispered while crying? She's trying to turn it against you. But what she doesn't realize is that God transforms weapons into wisdom. The very thing she believed would bury you will instead be your blessing. You'll be amazed at how this unfolds, because heaven loves a good plot twist. Right now, your enemies are about to become your confirmation. So don't plead with her to stop. Don't text. Don't call. Don't respond the way she expects. Instead, let heaven take care of her. Your silence will speak volumes, amplifying your peace and making her uneasy. Let her make her case. God is prepping a counterargument written in sacred ink. It has one witness, truth, and that witness always prevails. Stay with me, because the next part will rock you. You think you know who alerted her, but you don't. The person who handed her that file, that name, that weakness of yours is someone who still pretends to care about you. Yes, someone who still smiles at your texts, checks your stories, and asks, "How are you?" like they're invested. But behind that screen, they've handed your peace over to a snake. Hey, don't get upset, because what I'm about to share is all about victory, not tears. By the end of this powerful message, God's going to reveal not just who was behind the drama, but how you can safeguard your future to ensure it never happens again. Now you get it, right? It wasn't just about her. She had someone whispering in her ear, a shadow helping her pull the strings, someone who pretended to care, but was actually filled with envy. The moment you said, "I trust you," they saw an opportunity. But listen up. God doesn't take betrayal lightly. And the Archangel Michael, he's not about to protect anyone who lies. Right now, as you read this, a mirror is being turned to reveal both her and her accomplice. I see a name written in red, not just in metaphorical red, but a literal signature in red ink on a document she never should have had. This name has quietly haunted your life. It could be someone you once confided in or someone who claimed to have your back, but really, they had your secrets and traded them for power. But God says they tried to steal your blessings, and now I'm turning their plan upside down. My friend, she's not just stepping into that courtroom with paperwork. She's bringing along dark intentions. Yes, I said it. There are curses whispered softly in boardrooms and evil prayers said by candlelight disguised as ambition. But the moment you opened this message, that spell was broken. The courtroom is no longer her stage. It's now heaven's platform. Instead of you facing judgment, she'll be under the watchful eye of the ultimate judge, the one who sees everything and shatters all manipulation. Let's talk about that missed phone call you didn't take 3 nights ago. That wasn't by chance. Your angels were protecting you from conversations that would have fueled this attack. Heaven shields you not just from violence, but from harmful connections and contracts. You might feel like you're losing people, but in reality, you're just letting go of poison. Think this betrayal is breaking you? No, darling, it's actually building a new wall of protection, crafting a spiritual shield that will stay with you for life. That courtroom might have seemed like a place of despair, but God just flipped it into your stage for triumph. Because after this, you're heading for a public, unapologetic promotion. Now, take a deep breath, because I can feel someone reading this is a bit shaken up, wondering, can I really get through this? And I assure you, with all my heart, not only will you survive, but you will rise. Soon, others will be asking, how did they bounce back so quickly? But trust me, it won't be quick. It will be divine recovery, a miracle unfolding. And you, yes, you are heaven's miracle in action. That woman, she underestimated your support. She thought you were all alone. What she doesn't realize is that your name is etched on a heavenly wall, and angels are watching over your heart. Every tear you've shed is collected in a golden vial, and every heartbreak, God took note of it, not to punish you, but to repay you, and your repayment is coming. Feel that warmth in your chest. That's the Holy Spirit affirming the next part. The weapons formed against you will come back to her, folded, multiplied, and undeniable. God doesn't just safeguard his children, he elevates them. And you, my beautiful friend, are about to be elevated in ways your enemies can't comprehend. Your elevation won't come from fame or followers, but from divine favor, the kind that walks into rooms before you even do, the kind that makes your name known in places you haven't even entered yet. And that woman in the courtroom, she'll sense that shift and won't be able to stop it. She's busy filing papers, but God is busy fulfilling his purpose, and purpose always wins. Now, let's touch on something sensitive. That bank account she's trying to mess with, the family member she's using against you, that old email she's holding up as proof, all of it will fall flat. Not because it's worthless, but because you've leveled up. The version of you she tried to attack is no more. You're wrapped in a frequency that she simply cannot touch. That's why she's panicking. She senses it, even if she can't put it into words. Let her scream and run around in a frenzy of paperwork and whispers, because you are anchored in divine peace. You'll win without making a fuss. You'll rise without racing. You'll thrive without fighting, because heaven is speaking up now, and its voice is unstoppable. Still with me? Great, because this next part will unlock a memory. Remember that night you cried harder than ever, trembling, maybe on your bed, in the shower, or in a corner where no one saw. That's when the case against you began in the spiritual realm, and you didn't even realize it. But Michael did. Since that day, he's been crafting this very message piece by piece to prepare you, to awaken you, and to save you. You weren't losing your mind. You were under attack, but now you're shielded. From this moment on, no voice raised against you will succeed. No lies in court will hold any power. No betrayal will dictate your future. In the next 21 days, prepare to see miracles unfold that you didn't even ask for. Yes, 21 days. Keep your eyes wide open because between now and 3 weeks from now, there's going to be a monumental turnaround. People will be wondering, did God step in personally? And the answer will be yes, because this time he didn't just step in, he took full control. Now, take another deep breath, because I'm about to share what she feared the most. Ready? Here it is. It wasn't your voice, your wisdom, or your talent that scared her. It was your favor, that unseen, untouchable light around you that makes people trust you instantly. The energy that shifts the dynamic of any room when you walk in. The mysterious pull that opens doors for you, even without a key. She saw it, and it scared her because she realized something. No matter how much she tried to mimic you or how close she got to your light, it would never belong to her. So she changed her game plan. Unable to be you, her goal was to break you, not with fists, but with forms, not with insults, but with implications, not with swords, but with silence and shadows. But guess what? She completely underestimated the fire inside of you and forgot whose child you are. You're not just anyone here on earth. You are a marked soul, marked by pain, but also by promise, marked by disappointment, yet destined for divine breakthroughs. And in this moment, God is revealing not just her true intentions, but also what belongs to you. This whole situation, it was never merely about drama. It was about your destiny. Something special is waiting for you, a financial blessing, a leadership role, a spiritual gift. Get ready. It was never meant for her, but she gave it a shot. Oh, did she ever try? But her fear of you, that's not new. She's been afraid for ages, even when she flashed you a smile or cheered for you. Fear often hides behind fake support. Her biggest fear was simple, that you'd finally recognize your worth, stop explaining yourself, and never settle for tiny tables again. She was terrified you'd stop downplaying your power just to keep others comfy. And now, that fear is becoming real because you're here, you're tuning in, awakening, and remembering everything, and she's losing control. Let me tell you what I saw last night. There's a document out there with a hidden signature, not forged, but misused. She accessed something she had no right to, and trust me, God noticed. It happened in the dead of night. What she doesn't realize is that heaven doesn't just watch from above. It keeps records. That sneaky action she thought was invisible, the angels documented it, and so did divine justice. Soon enough, that record will pave the way for your redemption. Get ready for a major shift, because what's coming next is going to rock her world. I had a dream where you were sitting alone, feeling cold and uncertain, and someone whispered in your ear, "They don't know your God." That's when everything shifted. Heaven showed up for you, and the person she trusted most turned on her. That's the twist. Just like she tried to trip you up, the same will happen to her. If you dig a pit for someone anointed, you're bound to stumble into it yourself. And that's exactly what's about to take place. Feel this. A letter is on its way. It could come by courier or in the mail, but it's significant. It'll contain a reversal, a written proof of something she attempted to erase but is now being restored. This letter will kick off her downfall. Once it's in your hands, her lies will crumble, the doors she tried to shut will swing open, and the reputation she tarnished will shine bright. She'll fade from your life and vanish from your thoughts because God is cutting off her access for good. So why now? Because you've finally risen to a frequency where lies have no place. You're aligned, tuned in, and protected. She simply can't keep up with your calling, and the universe is clearing the way for your path. It might sting a bit, but what's ahead is so much bigger than betrayal, bigger than court battles, and way bigger than her false bravado. You, my dear, are being propelled into your purpose. This woman was just a final lesson before your miracle. Listen closely, because 3 divine instructions are coming your way. If you follow them, the turnaround will be swift and undeniable. Ignore them, though, and you could face delays. So promise me you won't skip ahead, even a single word, because the next paragraph holds the first instruction, and it's already shifting your future. My dear, it's time. I need you to quiet your mind and hold on to this message like it's a sacred scroll pressed to your chest. What I'm about to share is not just fluff or dramatic storytelling. It's instruction. It's divine guidance. It's spiritual protection, all wrapped up in sentences. If you listen with your spirit and let the truth burn brighter than fear, you won't just come out of this unscathed. You'll emerge anointed. The first divine instruction is this: don't defend yourself in the way she expects. She's waiting for you to lash out, post, call, cry, retaliate. But heaven says no. That's her trap. Her power lies in dragging you into her chaos. Your strength, however, is in your calmness, peace, and restraint. There's a divine silence that speaks volumes. When you operate from that stillness, her accusations will crumble under their own weight. You're not here to wrestle in the mud. You're meant to rise above it. So don't lower your voice or justify yourself for what God is already exposing. Your silence will haunt her more than any words could. The second divine instruction is to emotionally detach from what's familiar but damaging. I know this isn't easy. She once felt like family, comfort, and shared history. You shared stories with her that you hadn't even admitted to yourself. You thought her laughter meant loyalty, and her advice came from a place of care. But now it's clear. Some connections were just convenient, not divine. She stuck around, not out of love, but to keep access to the unsure, apologetic version of you. But that version is gone. That door has closed. As your protector, I, Michael, need you to shut it emotionally, spiritually, and mentally. No more entertaining the what-ifs. No more reliving memories that tie your soul to her pain. Leaving her behind isn't an act of spite. It's a matter of alignment. She's not your enemy. She's simply not meant for your elevation. What's coming for you requires a clean heart, a clear mind, and room for miracles. You can't move into your next chapter carrying the weight of someone who tried to rewrite your story. Now we arrive at the third and final divine instruction, and I want you to really lean in because this one might feel a bit strange, but it's powerful. Bless her name privately. Yes, you heard me right. Not because she's earned it, but because you deserve your own freedom. Forgiveness isn't permission, it's protection. It doesn't excuse her actions or erase the violation, but it reclaims your power. As long as you harbor hate, she still controls a part of your story. But the moment you speak her name, not in anger, but as an act of release, you free yourself from her karma. Then her consequences are just that, hers. No more spiritual chains, no emotional bleed, just justice and clarity. It's a clean slate for you, rising with the dawn. God isn't asking you to be friends. He's asking you to be free. And that freedom means you don't have to carry what was meant to fall away at your feet. Take a deep breath because you've just received what most people never do: clarity, instruction, and a way out. Now, let me tell you what's about to go down. In the next 10 days, expect a sudden shift, one so significant that even she won't comprehend it. Her confidence will crumble, and her supporters will turn quiet. One of them will even approach you, not out of newfound love, but because they want to switch sides once they sense your vindication. Don't trust them. Just observe. When God clears your name, even those who spread lies will come to witness your rise. And you'll smile, not out of spite, but because you'll finally realize that God removed them not to harm you, but to heal you. Now, let's touch on the courtroom again. There's something deeper unfolding there than what meets the eye. She may have facts, but God has favor. And favor does what facts can't. It tilts the scales and causes judges' hearts to reconsider.